Name that god. Among the active gods, Ammon's power was represented by Ra, the sun god, with a human body and the head of a falcon, wearing a crown shaped like the sun. Ra crossed the sky in a golden ship every day, then descended into the underworld at night, where he fought and defeated death before reappearing the next morning. He was the patron god of the pharaohs, symbolizing power. The first god of death, yes, there was more than one, was Anubis, depicted with a human body and the head of a jackal. He was the chief god of funerals, weighing the hearts of the dead to determine whether they had behaved justly while alive. The second god of death, Osiris, replaced Anubis as chief god of the underworld sometime before 2000 BCE. His story is truly bizarre. After a rival god killed Osiris and chopped him into pieces, Osiris's sister and wife, Isis, reassembled the whole body except for Osiris's penis, which she replaced with a wooden replica. The Egyptians worshipped the dead Osiris, wooden package and all. Isis was the mother goddess, usually depicted wearing a crown of cow horns and holding a sun disk. She was the patron goddess of the royal throne, closely associated with the power and dignity of the pharaohs. Surprisingly ordinary eats. So what did ancient people actually eat? The best source of information about ancient food comes from Egypt, where ancient Egyptians turned wheat and barley into porridge, and also baked a bread that was something like modern-day pita. Sometimes the Egyptians added figs, honey, butter, or oil infused with herbs to the bread for flavor. Beer was an important source of nutrition, consumed at every meal along with bread. Ordinary Egyptians made butter and seem to have made some kind of cheese, though it's unclear what its consistency was or what it tasted like. Vegetables included beets, cucumbers, sweet onions, radishes, garlic, turnips, chickpeas, beans, leeks, lentils, and lettuce. They also ate meat, though this was for the most part food for the rich, and a relatively rare treat for the lower classes. Upper-class Egyptians ate beef, mutton, antelope, gazelle, ibex, and hyena. They wouldn't eat pork, which they believed carried leprosy. The poor had more access to domestic and wild fowl, including duck, goose, heron, quail, pelican, and crane. Fish were plentiful in the Nile and probably constituted the main source of protein in poor people's diets. Popular species included perch, catfish, and mullet. For dessert, Egyptians liked sweet fruit such as figs, dates, pomegranates, grapes, and watermelon.